sterilization is the removal of reproductive organs from a male dog or a female dog. So that is, it is a surgical procedure done by trained veterinarians who remove the ovaries from female dogs and the testes from the male dogs. So what it does is, there are two things. Sterilization can be, this is sterilization. It can be divided into spaying and neutering. Spaying and neutering. Spaying is for females. So the removal of reproductive organs from the females is called as spaying, and the removal of male reproductive organs is called as neutering. So spaying and neutering together becomes sterilization. So now that I hope you have understood what sterilization. So what it does is, once you remove the reproductive organs, the animal cannot reproduce again. So it prevents more animals from being born, more dogs or more cats from being born, and it lessens the number of future casualties. It reduces the prospect of more animals living in fear. So it's not like you're killing an animal. It's like there's no animal born to be killed. So that's the whole thing. So the less number of strays there are in the streets, I feel like it's better, because strays, as I said earlier, if you observe a stray, just think of any stray near your house, observe it for one day, you'll find that it leads a very, very, very difficult life, full of stress, mental trauma. And yeah, so our goal, like what JBF is doing a very fantastic work. They sterilize lots of animals, and especially dogs. And yeah, so they are a leading example of how sterilization can be done properly. So first of all, as I said, sterilization reduces the number of future animals. So so the next generation of strays, they won't be born, and then they won't be say if the next dog is not born, so it won't face all those difficulties. So yeah, so that is the sterilization. And if you're sterilizing your own pet, or if you're sterilizing a dog, so it has certain health benefits as well. For very necessary to keep the animals shelters and all that clean and hygienic. First of all, because of this. Second, because every animal should deserve to live however amount of time they live in dignity, in a clean environment, in place where they are comfortable. So we know that they will die because they're farming. But at least the least they can do is to give them a clean place, a safe mental health place where they don't have to live in fear, don't have to live in constant smell, constant the dirty places, on that, in unhygienic conditions. So yeah, so good place to stay, good roof, good warm bed, all clean water, all that, with proper exercise, proper interaction, good amount of love, affection. Eventually, it will get habituated to that, and eventually it will lead a good life. So say you're adopting a dog. Which is say we have many adopters who have adopted dogs that were 1 or 2 or 3 years old. So these are dogs, they have been living with another owner. So for a dog, our owner is everything. So these dogs have been living with their other owners. When they come to a new owner, say the other owner abandoned it, or they cannot handle the expenses of a dog anymore, so they want to give it to adoption. So when they give it for adoption, and when they give the dog, when another adopter takes the dog, so it will take time to adjust. Eventually it adjusts. Why? Because its shelter, which is the home of the new owner, or the home of the shelter house, it's comfortable. It's comfortable for the animal. It's comfortable for it to live in, for it to interact with. So yeah, a shelter house, a comfort that an animal in your care lives in, depends on you and you on you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, from our audience, we would like to add one more thing. It's said by Nidarshana. This may be a bit out of topic of the question, but can you share your opinion on the mindset of rural people towards street dogs and urban people towards street animals? Are there any differences? And if there is, then why?
Mindset of rural people
and urban people. Yes, sir. So differences.
Okay. So first thing, you have to understand that, say if I say that urban people are all very rude, rural people are very good, very well behaved. If I say that rural people are very rude, urban people are very well behaved, so that will be a stereotype. So we cannot stereotype anybody. Just say I cannot say that I'm a guy, so I may be so all guys are rude. I cannot say that because I may not be rude. It depends on the individual. I feel like we have seen many people who from the rural area who are so much affectionate towards animals. We've also seen people from the urban area who are very educated, very illiterate, but they are whenever they see a dog, they like just go or they kick or they throw a stone. We have also seen rural people who do the same thing, like they'll kick up an animal, they throw a stone, or and also we have seen urban people who loves the animals, who tries to give them a better life, who cares for them, who are kind to them. So I don't think there's a difference in that. But one thing is for sure that awareness in the rural areas is less compared to awareness in urban areas. Urban areas, there are more mediums of awareness. So social media, they have more access to internet, they have more access to new knowledge, they have more access to English and other forms of language, other information. So they have more access to more information. So in rural areas, most of the information that we find are in English or all that. And in some places, education may not be enough that they understand that, okay, these are the points that I said. Now I'm speaking in English. So if somebody does not understand English and he's from the rural area, he won't understand what I'm saying. So the knowledge that the people who are listening and who can understand English, you get, it won't, the same knowledge won't be gained by the rural people. So there is a difference in that, but at the same time, loving an animal does not require any education or anything. Loving an animal comes deep from the human heart itself. So if I'm completely illiterate, I can still love an animal. You may have seen beggars. You may have seen photos, videos of beggars. They feed the beggars what they get to eat. They feed some of them to the street dogs. The beggars, some beggars, they sleep with the street dogs. They sleep on the street. They let their dogs sleep on the small mattress or small clothes, whatever they have. So it's about the mindset of people. So it's about it's about each individual. Each individual is different. We have to, the only thing that we can do is raise awareness among urban people and rural people as well. You would not believe how many urban people still has no idea about many of those things that we just discussed. And it's normal. It's okay to have knowledge. It's not okay to not it's not okay to spread the knowledge. If you do not spread the knowledge, you have a knowledge of something that is important, that's relevant, and you do not spread the knowledge, and you are doing a misservice to the knowledge that you have. Knowledge is meant to be spread. Awareness is meant to be spread. The term awareness itself is spreading of information. So spread, you have to spread the information. You have to make people aware that these are the things. Go if you see someone, if you see a kid who is having throwing stones at a dog or something, go talk to him, make him understand. Don't be rude to him. Just make him understand why this is wrong. What should you do? Why you should take him out on a nature's walk. We have something we do which is called a nature's walk. We ask two questions: what and why. So what is this and why is this? Say if you see a spider in web, so we ask, what is this? This is a spider. Why is this doing this? It's making its own house. So this what and why game, you can play with the kids. You can make them understand. You can show them these puppies. You can say, what are these? These are puppies. Why are they here? Because they were born. And why are they eating this? Because they're given this. So you can make those kids understand more with some games. You can make the adults understand through logic, through all those points that I said, to the benefits and things like that. And sometimes there are some certain people who, however much you tell them, they won't understand. So and then they refuse to understand. I said even if they could understand, they refuse to understand, and they're like, no, I will harm the animal. So in that case, you have to give them a little, not strict, but you have to make them aware that there are certain laws which can be used if you harm an animal or something like that.
Thank you, sir. So now we would like to talk about the mental health of animals, and we have a question on that. How important is a good mental space for animals? Do they react differently amidst loud circumstances?
Yeah. I guess everybody has in Diwali. Everybody, when whoever goes out in Diwali, I believe none of us will see a street dog during the night of Diwali. Rarely they will see them. You'll find them under nooks, under corners. You'll find your own dog going under a bed or something like that, hiding under the almirah or wherever there's a small space. Why? Because it is affected by the noise. It gets scared. It gets startled by the noise. And yeah, noise has a huge impact on animals' mental health. Many things have an impact on animals' mental health. You have to understand that a dog or a cat, or most animals are very intelligent animals. We humans have the tendency to think that we are the most intelligent animals. We are, but we think that there are no one who is intelligent enough to have those feelings of sadness or trauma, depression. So we believe that we are the only ones, but we are not the only ones. Dogs feel those too. So you have to create conditions for the dogs. You have to try to look at dogs the same way you look at humans, the same way you look at your family. You have to think that your dog is your family, and you have to treat him. I'm not talking about feeding him every now and then like you do with a family member. I'm talking about the mental health thing. So give him enough exercise, give him enough love and affection, give him enough training, have a good home. So these are important, and mental health is very important for your dog. So if your dog is not happy, it will react, say, very docile. It will be depressed and all that. And so it's not good. It's if you don't want your family members to have any kind of health issues or mental health issues. So I hope you understand why it is important for dogs to have a good mental health. And as I said, these are the things that you can do to make your dog have a good mental health. Don't keep it in chains. Let it express itself. Training is important. Train it and make it understand. Discipline is important, but discipline, affection, exercise, discipline, affection, exercise. These things, this triangle is a triangle. This goes hand in hand. So you have to understand the balance. You have to figure out the balance for your own dog by yourself.
Thank you, sir, for sharing us your valuable knowledge. Now, since we have come to the end of the live session, we would like the audience to put forward their questions if there is any question. If there's any question in the Anajory Facebook page, the Facebook team can forward it here. So, sir, I think we have almost, yes. Do we have a question? Yes, sir, we have a question from the audience.
Hello, Rajballav Ishani Ba.
Hello.
Hello. I think I joined late and I may have skipped the introduction part. So I wanted to clear this, that does sterilization has any connection with treating rabies? As you talked about that sterilization decreases the aggressive behavior also. So does it treat rabies? Does it have any connection?
It directly cannot treat rabies. I don't think there is a cure for rabies yet. So it's not like it's a medicine or a vaccine that can cure rabies. But it indirectly reduces more rabies cases. So most rabies that can be transmitted, rabies that humans should be afraid of, that most dogs have. These are mostly rabies is found in dogs. Okay? So in some cases bats and other animals are also there. But with human interaction, mostly it is with dogs. So you said you asked the question that can rabies be reduced if by sterilization, and answer is yes. How? Can you answer that? How? Based on some of the points that I said.
Those I'm not able to
the number of
by reducing
the number of new animals. So the less number of individuals to be affected are there that can be potentially affected by rabies. The fewer cases of rabies, being spread to other animals, to humans. So that is the link between rabies and sterilization. If you sterilize your dog, so new puppies won't be formed. There will be less cases of rabies with the puppies, and aggression, since aggression is reducing, the same male is sterilized. So it won't be able to impregnate another female. So first thing, there will be no more puppies. Second thing, it may get rabies from certain animals, but due to it being less aggressive, so it won't go in search of new territories. It won't go in search of all that. So it won't be entering another male's area or like that. And if say it is not sterilized, this dog is not sterilized, this is another dog's territory. So this dog has rabies, this dog does not. So it is not sterilized. It is the time of heat. He needs to find a mate. So he enters this dog's territory. This dog has rabies. So it is aggressive. It is also aggressive. It tends to roam in search of females during the heat, which is because his organs have not been moved. So both of them fight. This spreads rabies here to this dog, and this dog again spreads rabies to other purpose. So that is the basic logic. So yeah. So the dog that when sterilization happens, the male dog the tendency to roam about to find find partners to mate, that tendency reduces, and its aggression is reduced, and because of that, it is in less conflict or in less interaction with other dogs or other. If there is a rabid animal, there's a less chance of interacting with that animal. So that is the indirect link of sterilization. Less number of dogs, more beneficial for the rabies and overall.
Okay,
so I hope it's clear. If you have any doubts, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I surely did, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much, Nidarshana. And sir, yes, sir. You can type your mail in the chat box.
I'll leave,
yes, sir.
Yeah.
You can say that also, sir. We can write it down.
Yeah. Just Rajballav Sarma @gmail.com. RAJBALLAVSARMA. That's my name. So Rajballav Sarma. I'll even type it out for those who are watching later on or who can. You can contact me. So yeah. So you can contact me on mail. You can, if you have any queries, if you want to learn more, if you want to get into something like this. We are with in terms with good terms with many organizations. So if you want to do something in this field, if you want to do something in wildlife, if you want to do anything else related to nature, related to dogs, related to wildlife, so feel free to contact me. I'll be happy to help out. We need more nature warriors. We need more people standing for the cause, for whatever cause it may be. We need people like that. It's time for us to change our mindset and to try to change other people's mindset as well. So it's a duty as a responsible, as a knowledgeable citizen to spread the knowledge, to make more knowledgeable citizens, to be a change maker and create a change maker.
Thank you so much, sir. And would you like to add anything more, sir, since now we have no more questions left and we are almost at the end of our session?
Yeah, the one thing related is that many people are concerned about the cost of sterilization. So usually it's cost in private hospitals, it's like hospitals or private clinics and veterinary clinics, it will cost around 4 to 5,000. I'm just rough estimate, 4 to 5,000. So initially it feels like, wow, it's such a huge amount of money. So like I cannot, it's difficult for me. But there are also in government hospitals, it's very less. I think I don't know the exact amount, I forgot, but it's very less compared to private hospitals. So there's an option of government hospitals, and even if there's not an option of government hospital, if you have to sterilize your dog or cat in a private hospital, so it will cost you around 4 to 5,000. But you have to think it as a one-time investment. So the word here to remember is investment. So this one-time investment will save you money. How? To save you money from future complications like, as I said, testicular cancer, mammary gland tumor, or vaginal cancer, which are long, expensive, hard treatments, and many others such diseases which can be prevented from sterilization. And these diseases, when they later on appear in a dog's life, it will it will take a big toll on your wallet. So if you're thinking that, okay, it's such a huge investment, it's a one-time investment which will prevent you from spending more money in the future for your dog's treatment and all that things in certain cases. And if there is a new litter, say your dog has just given a new 5 or 6 new puppies, and it again will cost you much more money to take care of these kids, to find them new home. So it takes a lot of time and effort and money to raise this new litter. So that's why I'm saying that if these puppies are not born, then you don't have to worry about that. So this is a one-time investment. So I'd advise you to take it seriously. I'll advise you to research on it on your own, and I'll advise you to talk to your veterinarian, talk to a good veterinarian about it. If you're thinking of sterilizing your dog, don't just listen to me and go tomorrow to sterilize your dog. Talk to your vet. Tell him that you need this, you need that. The dog is this. Your vet will be able to tell you, if he's a good vet, they'll be able to tell you how, why, when, according to your dog's height, age, weight, everything, all that stuff.